Alright everybody, welcome back for our first segment following our conditioning. We're going to get started with our reversal transition of our hip hinge week. So the reversal transition is a transition used to save as much space as possible. You're going to be pivoting around one foot and then tapping your foot to go into your next trick. This can face the same way you're going, or you can kind of change the direction with the reversal. With it being called a reversal, you're reversing your momentum a little bit and you're pushing back into a different direction. Or maybe it's the same direction, but it kind of makes your momentum kind of loop back around. So I have 4 essential connections, just like last week's segments, that are going to kind of exemplify this reversal transition from various different landing positions, and then get you into the next takeoff. And then I also have an important setup that is used to exemplify this reversal transition as well. And this is the very popular wind-up that tricking uses. So let's get started with our wind-up first. Alright, so when you're doing your wind-up, you're going to start with a wide-legged stance, preferably a horse stance, and from here you're going to kind of torque your arms back and forth. What this is going to do is prep your body, just like you're pulling back the little beginning thing of a pinball machine to go forward. You're kind of loading a spring so that you can fire off and slingshot your momentum. When you're doing this, our basic windup, we're going to do this into a cartwheel or into a butterfly kick, so that you can get that feeling of how a reversal transition works. So that is our most basic setup for getting into a lot of our different tricks that we use to start with in tricking. Alright, and for our first essential connection of the reversal transition, we're going to start with scoot, reversal, cartwheel. Scoot, reversal, cartwheel is super important because it's going to teach our body to kind of rotate a little bit extra by pivoting on the floor, and then you can send yourself into the next move. This is probably one of the most basic ways that people are going to use the reversal transition in their combos. So getting comfortable with this reversal transition from your scoot to your cartwheel is going to open the gates for a lot of other movements, like doing a butterfly kick out of this transition. You can also do a palm kick, you can do a butterfly twist, and later on there's a lot of moves. Any move that takes off in mega, like a cartwheel and a V kick, you'll be able to do from a scoot with the reversal transition. The cool thing about this reversal transition is you can pivot on the floor with it, unlike most of the other transitions, and use it to reverse your momentum into whatever direction you need it to go. And that's reversal for scoot to cartwheel. Our next essential connection for our reversal transition is the opposite of scoot to cartwheel. It's cartwheel to scoot. So more in depth of what makes a reversal is that you're landing one foot at a time and taking off in the opposite order. So if I land right foot, left foot, I'm going to leave my left foot off of the ground first and then my right foot. If you slow down the footage that I'm doing here, or if you check out my Instagram at Voador Tricks, you can see some in-depth examples of what exactly a reversal transition looks like up close. Basically the footwork of it. So this transition right here, reversal as applies to cartwheel to scoot, you're swinging your cartwheel leg all the way behind you, and then you go into your scoot. So while you're doing this, both feet make contact with the ground, but later on we're going to apply this reversal transition to some more complex variations of it, and this is going to get us to one-legged versions of the same move, which eventually leads up to our swing through. If you would like, you can also try to do the same connection, but instead of using a cartwheel, you can use a palm kick, a butterfly kick, or a hook kick, or a compass kick, and they all do the same thing. Alright, so for our third connection of the reversal transition, we're going to be doing compass kick to compass kick. When you're doing this, you're not leaving the ground entirely for your compass kick, only one foot is, but nonetheless, we're going to imagine that this right foot is leaving the ground, or this left foot is leaving the ground, which is our plant leg in our kick. When you're doing your compass kicks, if you want an added challenge, you can try to fit as many compass kicks as you can together at one time. This is going to build a lot of balance on your leg. It's going to strengthen your reversal transition from a hyper takeoff or a semi takeoff. And it's also going to get you a lot of awareness from going straight up to upside down. And you can spot something the whole time. I've been spotting a cone. Alright, so our fourth connection for our reversal transition is doing our inside kick, mea lua, or a round kick, into a cartwheel. When you're doing this inside kick, you can spin yourself all the way around with it and then reversal into your cartwheel just like you did with your scoot. Or you can end your inside kick early and finish it to the front again where you don't spin at all, and then fire off into your cartwheel. And so if you notice with this connection in particular, when I'm doing my mea lua and then keeping myself forward and going into my cartwheel, I can almost miss that foot from the ground and keep going. And that's going to eventually be what's our carry through or our swing through, which we'll get to very shortly. But anyways, that wraps up our essential connections for the reversal transition. And next up, we have our redirect.